Hi everybody, this is Backblast. Here we are again on Stationeers, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build what am I going to show you how to build? I'm going to show you how to control your solar panel without using the computer, because the computer is a pain in the bottom and it doesn't always work. Certainly at the moment we're in development build. I'm recording this video in early March 2018 and at the moment it doesn't work. It's broken. So what I'm going to do is just tidy this up and let's just try and move all this lot, or else it's all got to get in the way. Let's just put it down here. Just drop these things here. In fact, what I should have done was put them in my pockets maybe. Anyway, right, so we do need the computer, but we're not going to use the computer to control the panel. We'd need it to set up the system. Okay, now this is going to be it's going to be hard setting this up here, isn't it? Can I that's sort of working. Let's have a look at that. Alright, well, it's not quite where I want it because it stops stuff coming out of there, but and it's not quite where I want it because I want it on the power bit, but we can sort that out. Let's just show you that. So we're going to use this to get rid of that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're just going to make a junction here. Boom. Right. So what have I got on the floor? We've made some bits. Just put these away. We've moved some bits. So the first one here is a motherboard circuit logic. Now, I'm aware that we're in a place that you're not familiar with. I've restarted the game simply because there was some updates and things. So what I've got here is a big tall tower. I've got on top of it a daylight sensor. I've got my battery charger, my normal battery power control, area power control. I've got a solar panel, arc furnace. This is the normal auto lathe. This is the electronics printer, and now we've built the computer. I've got a cable running from the back of the solar panel. That's the power side that runs along the back there. It runs up here and into this. Everything else comes out of the bottom. Okay, everything else is out at the bottom of this. Right, so computer is on. Let's now get some of these other bits. So we want logic memory, I/O, and we'll come back for that one in a sec. So what have we got and what do we need to do? Well, we need to set it up so that it calculates where everything is, where the solar panel is and all that sort of thing, and whatnot. I'm just trying to see which way's in and which way's out of this. I think it's going up the other end. I want this the other way up. I want it that way up. Nope. I think the arrow's pointing up on that, isn't it? It's difficult to tell. Right, no, I think that's alright. Yeah, they're both the same. I don't think it matters. We're going to pop that way up there somewhere. Okay, we don't want it off the end, although it doesn't matter, does it? Right, I'm just going to pop that there. That's a memory. Now what we need is an input output up here. Now what I need is maybe I've got the wrong thing here. Logic reader, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want a logic reader. I might not have all the bits that I need here. Oh, the sun's in my eyes now. So the logic reader is going to get data in from the top and send it out the bottom. Okay, the power's on the right, so that's good. That's what we want there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that light off in a second. I've got light in my eyes. That's pants, isn't it? Okay, so data's coming in the top. It's going to go out the bottom. All right, and then what we've got here is also another one. Logic batch writer, I think, is what we want. So again, I might need to move where these are. I'm not going to put that down yet. Let's go and pick the other bit up because this is the processor bit, which we need to put in there. There, right. Let's just connect these up with some wires, and I'll just tell you what's going on when we're all connected. Okay, so straight, please, straight, straight, straight piece, straight piece. Not that way, not that way. No. That's it. One there. We want you coming out to... I'm not sure where. Let me just set these wires up and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, do I want that coming out there? I don't think I do actually. I think I want it coming out. That's not good, is it? It's going there. Alright. Yeah, I need to take off this light. Just bear with me while I mess about trying to work out which tool is right for taking the light off. I think actually it's going to be screwdriver. Yeah, there we go. A screwdriver. That just falls on the floor. I won't be able to find that later. That'd be great. And now can I take this bit of cable off as well? So let's just deconstruct that, and that falls on the floor. Right, that's the maths, that's the logic reader, and then we want this as the output, which is the batch writer. So if I pop that, I'm going to have to put it there, aren't I? Yeah, we're going to move the battery charger as well. Let's take that off. Move that, just so I can show you what's going on. I think it's you. Deconstruct battery charger. Okay, and we can leave the cables there where they are. Although I do need to change that one now because it's not a corner anymore. So can we pop these back in there? We'll pick up these loose cable coils and knocking about. Right, and I just want to connect everything up here. That's straight, isn't it? That'll be fine. That'll be fine. And we need power going into these as well. So we want this to be maybe that way, that way, like that, like that, like that, and then let's have some ooh, this is difficult, isn't it? Like you. No, like that. So it's very, it's pretty simple in that what we're going to do is drop the battery charger on my foot. What we're going to do is we're going to read what that says. We're going to do some maths, and then we're going to output a figure. It's going to be that easy. All right. So let me just connect all these cables up. I need to deconnect a bit of wire there. Okay, I think everything's connected. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? It looks quite neat as well, which is surprising. Right, we need a screwdriver to program these various bits, so let's pop that in there. And the other thing is we do actually need the computer to set it up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and find that bit there, which is the logic memory. It's currently state 0. So what we're going to do is, if the computer's on, we're not that bothered about it. So if the computer is on, we just need something that's true. If it's on, computer on equals, or computer power is on. Yep, which it is, so we've got a nice green symbol there. Then I want you to set, which one is it? It's the logic memory. Okay, we want the logic memory. Where is it? Auto lathe, electronics printer, batch writer. I think I need a bit more cable, don't I? Okay, have I got enough cable? I haven't got enough cable to do this. This is a bag of pants. Right. I need power to this. That's the problem. And I haven't got it. So let's... Oh, now I can't print anything. Oh, this will be funny. What, let's see what happens now. Okay, well, it's working anyway. It's working. Switch it off. Right, it is working. Right, so let's now reconnect this then so that we can... Right, how do I get power to that? I could just send power through here, couldn't I? Right, so let's do that. Let's send that and that and that, and then what we need to do is rebuild these. So this one is now going to be a junction like that. This one's going to be a four-way. We're going to need a corner somewhere, which will look like that. And we're going to need a straight there and a straight there. So basically now the power can get up through this cable and up to that as well. So we should be good there. Okay, and I'm pretty sure it had a data connection on this side and a data connection on the other side. Okay, so that's fine. Right, if I now show you what happens with these bits, because I think it's important for the future that you understand what these do. Okay, and why I need the computer initially anyway. So if you've got a screwdriver in your hand, you can change these settings on here. I know it's hard to see from here, but there's these little screws on. See that? There. Yeah. So you can decrease or increase. So if I increase it, it goes up by 100 or down by 100. If you press left Alt, it goes up by 10. Okay? We don't want it to do 100 or 10. What we need is 1.8 setting in that. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and set it in here. So let's just switch that back off again. So no, I don't need that. Let's just delete those. So if the computer is on, we want that logic memory to read something. So where is logic memory? Logic memory. There it is at the bottom. Logic memory setting to enter new value 1.8. Okay, confirm, confirm, and let's just press go. Boom. Hopefully that will have worked, and that now reads 1.8. It does read 1.8. You can now switch the computer off and never ever use it again because it's a pain in the bottom. Right, so what's this doing? This is a reader. So this is logic reader. Now what it's saying is logic reader, no device. What we want is daylight sensor. So the reason I'm able to change it is I've got the screwdriver in my left hand. Okay, so it now reads daylight sensor, which is there, and it's reading nothing. Okay, and what we want it to read from this thing is the solar angle. Alright, so we're getting that to read the solar angle. Let's switch that on. Okay, little red button there, little red button there, it switches them on. Right, so this now is a maths unit, and it takes information in. And again, I've set this up wrong, but because it needs an input here. Oh, bobbins! It's easy to work out because it's got a data port on the side and a button next to it. Okay, just because I've not done it properly. Right, where's my snippers? Right, cable's going to drop on the floor. Oh, it's going to handily drop there. Pick this up. Right, I'll just have enough cable to mess about with this. Is that, which way up's that? That's not right, is it? That's right. Boom. Right, that's in now. Beautiful. 5. Where's my screwdriver? Oh, my screwdriver's in the other hand, so we can just drop that. Right. So this now, it says we want some inputs. So we want an input from logic reader. Okay, so logic reader. Okay, and also we want logic memory. So input 2 will be logic memory. So that's logic memory. So it's taking logic reader and logic memory, and what we want it to do is divide. Okay, switch that on. Boom. Now what this is going to do is it's going to say, oh, we need to output to something. So what are we taking? We want some input in. So batch writer input from logic math. Okay, and we're going to output solar panel, and we're going to change horizontal. Okay, we need to switch it on. Go. And there it goes. Look at that, it's spinning round. Now the thing is, right, it's difficult to set it up if you don't know what it's set to already. The way you place it down is sort of random, really. So what it's doing is it is actually working, and it's changed the horizontal. So as you can see, it's not facing the right way. The sun's going to come up over in that direction. I need to just move it round. Okay, now it won't do that. It doesn't like it. Okay, because that's the horizontal I'm trying to change. So let's change this now to vertical. So it's just a little bit of trial and error. You'll see what it does when you move it. So that's now vertical. So now it's tilting it over. Right, okay, it's tilted it over. I now want to move this fella round. So let's just rotate it round so that it's facing the right way for me. Now you'll see that it's at a funny angle. It's 256. I actually want it at maybe, where's that, 266? I want it, what do I want it at? 275. Let's go, is that dead on? 270, isn't it? 270 would be bang on that way. Okay, right. So
power low.
Power's low. Okay, let's pop that back in there, and pop that back in there, and go and get the battery. Hopefully there's enough charge in it. I haven't wasted the charge while I was doing things. There we go. Right, so what it's doing now is the sensor is saying, oh, I can't read anything yet, there's no sun, but it is still calculating. You can see that the state is changing, okay, and therefore the maths is changing and the output's changing. This angle's also changing. If you watch it, can you see the panel moving? See the angle change on the panel? So what this does now is it will follow the sun, and what it does is overnight it sets itself up for where the sun's going to come up. Alright, now like I said, it needs to be a little bit of trial and error with you and the old wrench there, just to rotate it right or left. You won't be able to tilt it upwards or downwards because it's now controlled by this, but you can turn it round so that it's facing the right way. Alright, so remember it's the vertical on there, it's not the horizontal, but the batch writer now is right into it, it's changing the angle. When the sun comes up, it'll be facing it directly. As the sun tracks across the sky, it'll follow it, and then overnight it will come back, and it's almost a bit like a clock in that you can see where the panel's facing. You know how far through the night it is. It's as simple as that, guys. That's it. I think that's it for this video as well. Hopefully that's not too difficult. It's let me just try and show you on here what it is that we've made out of these. Obviously, firstly we made a kit computer, which is this fella, and then you want a logic motherboard. Okay, the different types of motherboards, you want a logic one, and then what you need is a kit logic in out. Alright, you want two of those. A logic memory you want one, and a logic processor you want one. And when you're placing them, you can scroll up and down with your mouse wheel, and it changes this from batch writer to batch reader, or that sort of thing. So even though that's a logic reader and that's a batch writer, I'm sorry, yeah, they're exactly the same sort of unit. Those are an I/O unit, that one and that one. And you scroll with the mouse to change it to a batch writer rather than a logic reader. Okay, so there you go. So how are we doing with the old sun? Well, it looks like the sun's about to come up. I can see it shining on that. My solar panel's already generating. That's how good this is. Look at that. Up here I can see the sun. Oh, look. That's funny, isn't it? It's over there. But it's working. Panel's working. It will follow the sun through the sky. What I'm doing with this base is... I'll just show you that quickly. So that if you're going to follow the rest of the series, you'll know what's going to happen. So this up here is just a little bit of an outpost while I get things set up. What I'm doing is I'm going to build a proper base down here. Those machines on the top will be put on the roof of this initially, and then when I get built inside and get a proper base down under the ground, then they will eventually move down underground as well. Up here it's very cramped and I've got no room to do anything. It's a pain in the bottom, really. But there you go. I hope you've enjoyed the series. I hope that it's been useful for you. If it has, please give me a thumbs up. If it hasn't, tell me why. My name is Backblast. Hopefully I'll see you next time.